What's going on, good people? This is your boy Berto, your host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Folks, tonight bring you a draft profile on the offensive line, man, offensive guard to be specific. The Atlanta Falcons have had a problem really finding a true cog at that left guard position. We haven't had a stable offensive lineman at that position since the days of Andrew Levitri, and that's dating back to our Super Bowl years back in 2016, 2017. Since that span, we've seen the likes of Wes Schweitzer, James Carpenter come into play, Jalen Mayfield as of recent. Also, we've had a revolving door at that position this year. The Falcons brought in Elijah Wilkinson from Denver, hoping to stabilize the position, but Elijah Wilkinson proved to himself that he was just a little inconsistent with the play, but that's due to injuries. Can't really be held against him. It would be nice to have seen a body of work on his behalf, just to see how stable he could have brought what stability he could have brought to that position. Excuse me. So with that, offensive guard still should be a focus for the Atlanta Falcons. Should still be of interest. It doesn't matter who would be back there throwing the ball, if that would be Desmond Ridder or any of the other quarterbacks you ever heard me talk about on other platforms such as Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Jimmy Garoppolo, etc. That interior offensive line position should be solidified. We have one cog already in Chris Lindstrom. Why not, have one on the other side to complement Jake Matthews finally? Jake Matthews, of course, we all know plays left tackle. So he's probably tired of seeing a revolving door at his on his left side as well. So yes. So with all that said, tonight's draft profile is Stephen Avila out of TCU. Stephen Avila out of TCU, 6'4", 330 pounds. Folks, you want to talk about consistency. This kid has proven to be consistent from day one. He's been a mainstay on the TCU offensive line. He's been the anchor to that offensive line. Also has quite of a niche too, man. Versatility comes into play with this young man, for he has played offensive guard 2 times, I believe in 2020, and in 2021 he played center, and this past year he played offensive guard, his natural position, like he did in 2020. So he does more than what he's asked to do. The past 2 years, he's given up 0 sacks, folks. 0 sacks as a center in 2021, as an offensive guard last year, which are two amazing things to do in this day and age, as we've seen so many skillful interior linemen come out in recent years, and even some of the ones that are coming this year. And Stephen Avila has proven to be, a cog in respected years. He's been a Big 12 chosen unanimously, and consecutive years in 2021, All-American in consecutive years in 2021 and 2022, has been a team captain in 2022, and those are the traits that Arthur Smith looks for in these players. Have you been a leader? Are you a leader? Can you do more than what you're asked to do? Versatility has been the name of the game for the Falcons this year, or in the past two years. So continuing this trend can prove worth, especially with a guy like Stephen Avila. He's a great run blocker, uses his mass, to really bully the opposition and open up run lanes, and also in pass protection, for as big as he is, as wide as he is, also does a great job just overwhelming those, shorter pass rushers. He uses his frame very well, uses hand placement very, very, very well, also from the tapes that I've seen of him. Definitely not afraid to mix it in with the big dogs, man. We all saw, the TCU, TCU team play Georgia Bulldogs this past year. We all know, Stackhouse and Jalen Carter are a handful, and Avila from footage, definitely held his own. So he has the experience playing the big names and stuff like that. This could be a guy that potentially could be plug and play for our Atlanta Falcons, and for all those Drew Dalman naysayers out there, man. If the Falcons value him more at center, this is a guy that can definitely just slide over and play center, like I mentioned, playing the center position in 2021 for TCU. So this guy offers versatility, but with that versatility, he doesn't lose the dog that he has in him. And so that's a great thing, of course. And who knows, man? If Atlanta values him more as an offensive guard, then they can keep him there and the kid can shine. And we can definitely get some continuity on this offensive line, even more so. I just would love the position to finally be solidified. We have a dog, like I mentioned, and Chris Lindstrom, excuse me. We need one on the other side too to complement Jake Matthews on the left side, man. So I'm looking for the Falcons to definitely address this position. I know that free agency, there's some great names out there. Dalton Risner comes to mind offhand, offensive guard for Denver. Also Nate Davis, another would-be offensive guard too, played for the Tennessee Titans. Two names that definitely come to mind as scheme fits for our Atlanta Falcons. But if the Falcons choose not to go that route and decide to go with more of a youth movement, then Steven Avila is definitely a guy I hope the Falcons would consider in the later rounds. Right now, he's projected to go anywhere mid-second to early third. Falcons having, I think, 5 picks within the top 75 could definitely, stand to have him on this roster and on this offensive line. So that's my draft profile for tonight, Steven Avila of TCU. Folks, if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, I thank you for your time. I thank you for checking out the channel. And definitely, man, this is your boy 95 North, Falcons Talk Show. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.